Welcome to The Coffee Grind with the Denton Chamber of Commerce, powered in part by Classic of Denton. The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts and their guests are those of the show host and guests, and not necessarily those of the sponsors, DentonRadio.com, or the Denton Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit the Policies and Procedures page at DentonRadio.com.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Travis Veselka. I'm the Director of Membership and Marketing for the Denton Chamber of Commerce. And with me, as always, is my trusty co-host.
Good morning, Denton. My name is Randi Skinner. I serve on the Chamber Board of Directors, and as a member, I represent Denton County Friends of the Family.
And you're watching the Denton Chamber Coffee Grind. We're recording here in the Discover Denton Welcome Center in the DentonRadio.com studio. And
it's a lot of Dentons
it is.
in this intro.
You know, I love good alliteration.
Yes, it's good.
I could go on and say that we're on the downtown square and all that kind of... Anyway.
I thought you were going to get one more D in there.
No. So today we are going to be talking with Jessica Rogers, who's
Yes,
visiting
welcome.
from City of Denton Economic
Hi.
Development. And welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
So just how about a brief little introduction for those that are watching and listening to give them an idea of who you are?
Sure. So I am Jessica Rogers. I'm the Director of Economic Development for the City of Denton. In that role, I get to do all sorts of fun things, but my primary responsibility is making sure that Denton's business community feels supported and we're meeting the needs of workforce and new businesses and existing businesses and making sure that everyone knows the city is here to help your business succeed.
That's awesome. So how has it been now that you're in this role?
It's very different.
Yeah.
It's fun, though. I came from a position where I was the city's public information officer. So a lot of my job was going out and talking to news media and talking to the community and engaging the community. So I get to use those skills now, but I focus specifically on the business sector. And I get to throw back to many, many years ago. I worked in economic development when I was in Indiana.
Oh, wow.
And my first job was
Pawnee, Indiana?
It was.
Oh, great.
It was the city that the show was based on. I was in Bloomington, Indiana.
Really?
Yes. So there was.
That's a fun fact.
That is a
It's
fun fact.
fun fact. It was really fun. But that was my first job in local government, was working for the Bloomington Economic Development Corporation.
wow.
So
Neat.
I get to flash back to all of
Yeah.
that. And I won't say how many years it's been. It's been a while. And then
Yeah.
I get to relearn Texas economic development. But I'm really excited. It's a nice
Kind of back
merger.
to your roots a little bit.
Back to my
yeah.
roots. So a nice merger of my very economic development background from a few years ago and then my communication and using it to support the business community here. So I'm very excited to get to do
it's
that.
like
We're
a
glad
melding
you're
of
here.
good
We're
worlds.
lucky
Right.
to have you, and it's both of those skill sets together. What a great asset for us to have as a community.
I
So.
hope so.
Yeah, well, we say that now. We'll see. See you in a couple months.
So economic development touches on all kinds of areas within the
Yes.
community. So, when we talk about it, we're not talking just about, the big warehouses that come in. We're also talking about small mom and pop shops.
Right.
So the whole gamut is kind of touched on.
Yes. Our motto is we help businesses of all sectors and all sizes. So it includes everything from the biggest company that we have here in Denton to the smallest company. Our office is here to help everyone. And we have programs available regardless of the business size, and we have resources available regardless of the type of business that you have to help you. We're here as a resource for everyone.
So what are some things that y'all have going on right now?
So we just finished our small business resource fair. We had it at South Branch Library, and that was such a great opportunity for small businesses to come and learn about what resources are available. Most people don't know that Denton Public Library actually has a business resource center. And if you have a library membership, you have access to resources like Reference USA,
Yes.
which provides marketing and consumer data for free to library members. And you also have access to software programs or lynda.com to do training.
Oh my gosh,
to learn training.
lynda.com.
It is one of the
so
best programs
awesome.
out there.
And it's free if you have a library card,
It's free
right?
with a library membership. So if you have a library membership or you don't have one, go get one.
Yes.
Right.
And then use lynda.com. I use it when I need to learn a new program all the time. It's the easiest, best resource out there.
That's awesome.
I used it one time to get a, and pardon me, because I got a little bit of a sinus issue going on right now. But I used it one time to take a Photoshop learning class just to
Okay.
cover the basics on, using Photoshop.
Right.
And so that actually helped me quite a lot in building up
And you used it with your
knowledge.
library card?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
That's awesome.
I specifically had to go get a library card so I could go take this course.
Well, and I love that with the library card, there's so many digital resources because, look, I'm really bad about returning books, and I, like, racked up a really bad fine. I think I owed the library, like, $30 when I brought my books back, and I was like, I'm really sorry.
At that point, it's almost like you need to gift the library a new
Right.
book or something.
Like,
Yes,
if
the
there was,
online
like,
resources.
Yes, I love the online resources.
Those are the
But yes, okay, so small business resources, the library being one. What else do you have going on?
So we have, we're downtown. So let's talk about downtown. We have a downtown reinvestment grant. And if you just walk down the corner, you see that in action. The loophole, the lion and crown.
Right. They just did the edifices on the buildings.
Right.
and-
All of the facades getting improved. That grant has led to so many of our businesses downtown being revitalized and restored, and really making sure that the historic character of our downtown square is preserved. And it just makes it so much fun to come down here and see those dollars in action and see new businesses coming in and contributing to making Denton, which is the best thing.
I love the new remodel
That's
they
great.
did at Loophole. It's so
It's
cool.
so great.
It was needed. What a great way to kind of add to the vibe.
Yes,
So, yeah.
yes. And we have, like I said, Lion and Crown. We've had Jupiter House. We've had Steve's Wine Bar. All this
yeah,
year
Steve's,
come through and get grants, and they're just amazing. Every business downtown looks amazing, grant or not. But it's really fun to get to see those dollars be used for a really valuable, really a special thing here downtown.
Oh, that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
And those are all small businesses,
They're
local
all
businesses that are reaping the
Yes.
benefits. So we get to shop local, support local.
Yes.
And that's awesome. So I know that's important to a lot of us as Dentonites for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. What other resources?
What other resources? There's tons of resources available through the chamber as well. So a lot of people
We didn't even pay her to say that.
I didn't say that. One of the unique things about being in Denton is that the city and the chamber are in a partnership called the Denton Economic Development Partnership. So
Right.
we actually work together.
Yes.
And so we combine efforts. And so you have all the business community has the support both of the city resources and the chamber resources. So through the chamber, there's membership and networking, and there's also the Small Business Development
Right.
Center. And then through the city, we can help with any of our resources and walk you through all of those regulatory and administrative things.
Right.
But also you get access to the library or to our, various expertises that are around our staff. So it's a great thing to have that partnership and to have that kind of synergy between the two organizations.
There was an event, I don't know if it had already happened or it's still coming up, over at the South Library.
That
Some
was-
sort of a fair.
That was the small
Yeah,
business
that was
fair.
the small business
That was-
fair.
that
Yes,
was- yes,
it
got
was
it.
just
Catch
last.
up.
It was last Friday, but it will be coming back.
Oh, that's
Um,
probably what you're thinking of. It's coming back.
It will
Okay.
come back. We'll host more. We also hold community job fairs throughout the year. The city's a big supporter of those that are held with the school district and NCTC, Workforce Solutions,
United Way.
United
Chamber.
Way, the chamber, where we kind of really get everybody in the room together, which is great. We also have the Flint Conf, which Stoke hosts, which is about,
Yes.
I'm going to say it wrong, the hipsters, hustlers, and hackers. So, which is a great entrepreneurship based conference. And so I know that should be coming back in 2020. So we're excited about that.
That's great. I got to attend a little bit of that.
Oh, you did? How was it?
It was great. There was a lot of hipsters, a lot of hackers. But it was very useful information for starting up a business, trying to get something up and running.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, and Stoke is such a great resource too. Just being able to utilize the office space there, and they have a lot of trainings going on,
It's a wonderful resource. And one of our key areas that we focus on is entrepreneurship. And what a great resource to have Stoke to lead that charge and help people establish new businesses and connect them to the resources and connect them even to investors to move their business forward. And then there's a great co-working space, and there's so many benefits to being in a space where you can have a resource next to you, sitting at a desk next to you, and help you build your business. I think it's a great place to a great thing to have in Denton.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So what are some of the big business things happening around
Big
right now?
business things. Oh, goodness. There's lots of big business things. Obviously, Razor Ranch is a huge development going on in our community.
Are we getting a Trader Joe's? Like, I have been asking that, I think now for 5 years?
Yep.
Keep asking. Keep asking that question.
I like your positive attitude about it.
We only get things that we ask for. So
That's
we
true.
keep asking.
I think someone started a petition last year about getting Trader Joe's.
I agree. I think that there are so many great businesses that we could have here in Denton, and we just keep asking and asking and asking, and we think that we'll wear them down. We'll get.
Do y'all remember when Sriracha was going to come out here?
Yes, and like half the people were really excited, and the people whose houses it was going behind, they were not excited, right? Like, but at least maybe they'd get like free Sriracha for life or something, right?
Yeah, there were T-shirts that got made up. There were, I wouldn't say there were rallies, but there were like supportive events.
It was quite a show.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are we expecting over in Razor Ranch?
So Razor Ranch right now, we're kind of in an interim period. We've got a lot of businesses that just opened.
Right.
And so the developers are recruiting new businesses right now. So we don't have any big announcements that we can make out there. But I will say I spent my weekend taking my 7-year-old nephew to Andy B's for the first time. And that was a great experience. We had a lot of fun. I hurt myself throwing a ball at a clown.
Oh no.
It was a whole thing. But it was really fun, and what a great asset to have in our community and really expand our entertainment into that side of town.
They have a really unique offering too. They're bringing in like local bands still. I know we went and they had Raised Right Men playing, which is one of the local country bands who will be playing at our Taste for a Cause event in September. But the way they have their stage is up behind the bar.
Yep. And
it's so cool. It's definitely not, it's a different look than what we normally have in Denton. And so that plus the laser tag. Did you guys do the laser tag?
I couldn't because I was injured.
I haven't done it yet, but it's like on my list. I think I'm going to do it for my birthday.
that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Why not?
We expect an invitation.
Yeah, okay. I will let you know. I am so pumped about the laser tag. So thank you, Andy B's, for bringing that to Denton.
Right. Well, what's the next thing coming at Razor Ranch, obviously, is the multifamily development. So there will be apartments opening soon. They're under construction right now. I think I saw the sign saying they were leasing now. So that's exciting.
They look great. They look really, really nice.
Adding that needed element of our community, obviously, having some multifamily mixed use out there is great. So we're excited about Razor Ranch and all of the there have been so many new businesses open and new restaurants in that area. That's so wonderful. And there's just more to come. I can't wait.
It's good development.
It's good development. Aside from that, the west side of our town out by the airport, which is sort of our industrial area. There's tons of development. And so
we forget about that too, right? Because if you're not driving it
behind stuff.
It's hard to find if you don't know where you're going.
That's true.
But it's certainly a huge part of our community, and that's where Peterbilt is located and Target is located. And then U.S. Cold Storage.
Yep, they just opened
They haven't opened yet, so they're under construction.
And
then that's where also the Tyson Foods cold storage and distribution facility will be located. So there are some big sort of warehousing and distribution facilities that are going, and those are huge contributors to our tax base.
And as far as I understand it, and correct me if I'm wrong, they pay above average for positions that they have.
So yes, they typically do pay a higher hourly wage. They want to stay competitive, and if there's certainly a project that's coming and they're asking for an incentive from the city or from the county, we want to make sure that we're getting quality jobs and quality development.
Right.
So you mentioned the word incentives. Talk a little bit about how that works, because I think, and I know that you can't really tell us everything in a 2-minute breakdown, but tell us a little bit about how incentives work and where could someone go to learn more?
Sure. So the best way to think of incentives are if we have a range of things that we can do to encourage economic development in our community. We call it our toolbox.
Sure.
And incentives are one of the tools in our toolbox. Let's call them they're our hammer, right? They're kind of our heavy hitting type of thing. We're certainly not going to use them if another tool
could do a better job. Yep.
But we don't want to eliminate them from our toolbox. So we keep it in there, and when the appropriate project comes forward and it's meeting the need of our community in some way, so it's diversifying and expanding our tax base significantly, it's bringing quality jobs, it's filling in a need that we have, and we really want that company to come here, we certainly can offer something to them.
Yeah.
The key thing to keep in mind about incentives is we never just give away money. So the money that we give in incentives, we require the net benefit to be greater to the city. And I have the number somewhere in here.
So it's more like it's kind of almost like an investment. Like
it is an investment.
It's like a trade-off in a sense.
It is. And so for every give the exact number, we've invested $16.5 million in incentives, and we've had a return back to our community of over $50 million.
That's fantastic.
So it's a 3-to-1 return to our community. So it's a great incentive, and it goes a long way to diversify and expand our tax base so that we can have all of the wonderful things that we have in Denton and continue to be a great community. So certainly it's not something we use every day, but it's something that we want to keep in mind that has a benefit. And we have tons of information out there. We're very transparent and open with our incentives, and making sure that companies that have them are complying with the requirements. But all of that information is available online, either through the Denton EDP site, so dentonedp.com, or through the City of Denton, cityofdenton.com, and just search economic development, and you will find all of the information about our incentives, including our annual reports. So how much each business that has an incentive is generating back to our community.
That's awesome. The annual reports are always great to look at too, because it gives you such a wealth of information, but it's in like a snapshot. It's actually digestible, right? You know, like it's not 400 pages of something that you're never going to be like, I don't know about you. Well, you have to read way more. Let's hope you read it, but I don't know about you all out there. Like, I'm not spending my Saturday to look through all of these different things. So
you wouldn't be able to retain
it. You can't retain it. And some of it just, if you're not an expert on it, it doesn't mean as much. And so I love that the annual reports, it actually breaks it down, digestible pieces, and it's meaningful. And it's understandable to kind of outside world.
And we're always available. If anyone has questions or wants to learn more about the incentives, give us a call, come by the office, look online. We're here to answer questions if anyone has them. So
that's great.
And this isn't something that's super unusual. I mean, many other communities do.
Well, it's like you said, it's in the toolbox to be competitive. I mean, I think most places there's something that they're using. So we're no different. We can't eliminate everything.
Right. What else is going on?
Yeah,
economic
what else?
development-wise?
What have we not? So we've talked a little bit of small business. We've talked a little bit of kind of the big developments, and we've talked a little bit about incentives. Is there anything else? I mean, I know that's not everything, but what else have we not covered that we need to make sure we highlight?
I will say a big part of the work that we do, there's two areas that we haven't covered, and they're two key areas. One is workforce development. So certainly a key in that is as we attract companies, we want to make sure that we have the workforce available to fill the jobs.
Right.
So a lot of work we do is working with NCTC and the TWU and UNT to make sure that there's pathways for students to go from degrees into meaningful jobs here in Denton. We want to keep talent local as best we can. And so making sure that those pipelines are there, degree programs or certificate programs, or even working with businesses for grants to do small business development, small business workforce grants to help them get the skills that they need for their employers. So that's a huge part of what we do as well. And then the last part is sort of the fun parts, and that's what we call our cultural programming.
Fun.
Our department actually manages the city's public art program.
Oh,
So a lot of the beautiful art that you see around, that's publicly funded art. Now, there's a lot of privately funded public art, but publicly funded public art.
It's Denton. We got art everywhere.
There's art everywhere. But that runs through our department as well. So we're working on a new piece right now that will be at the MLK Rec Center, which will be, I think, finished this year. It's the artist is working on it, so conceptually. So we're really excited about that. We'll have a big unveiling when that's done.
Cool.
Awesome.
But the other exciting thing that just got approved last night by City Council is we are going to be making an application to the Texas Commission on the Arts for a designated cultural district.
I was just about to ask, and I didn't know if this was something. Is it the ODD?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
ODD.
Sounds so hardcore.
The original Denton district. So that is an area, it encompasses downtown, but it includes also all the way east to Oakwood Cemetery and Fred Moore Park.
Okay.
And it is about celebrating the cultural assets of our community. And so that's everything from art, performance art, visual arts, our festivals, our community events, our historic preservation, our unique architecture, our beautiful courthouse and our courthouse lawn, music. How can we, there's a video that we have online right now, and I encourage everyone to go look at it. It's an amazing video. That one of the lines is that you can't walk down the street in Denton without tripping over a musician, and that's the most true thing.
Yeah, it's almost literal. Yeah.
It's and it's so great to get to have the opportunity to celebrate that and get some recognition from the state of how wonderful and diverse and unique and authentic Denton is. But the other side of that, which is the best part, is it makes us, if we get the designation, it makes us eligible for grant funding to further enhance those things, to make the art and cultural and historic assets and music assets of Denton even better.
That's awesome.
And so when will we expect to hear more about that? Do we just have to keep our ears open?
We're submitting the application next week.
Oh, exciting.
So everyone's welcome. Go to originaldentondistrict.com. You can review the application and you can give us feedback or comments. Then we'll be submitting the final application next week. The deadline's June 15th. And then it is a long waiting game. So August, September timeframe, we'll hear back on whether we get the state designation. Our city council did already designate the district locally. So that does make us eligible for some other grants that we could look at and apply for through other arts organizations nationally. So we certainly are going to be starting that process. And it's a really exciting thing. But it seems, you kind of brought this point up, is that it seems weird that it falls in the economic development department. And anyone who knows Denton knows that those things are what bring people here and keep them here.
Yep.
And so when we're recruiting businesses, one of the things that we have that so many other communities don't have is this authentic culture where you can come downtown or you can go to other areas of our city and you can see history preserved, or you can go to a festival every weekend of the year, it feels like.
Yeah.
Probably.
And there's a liveliness here that you just don't get everywhere.
Yeah.
So
That's
it is
so
a
true.
big part of our economic development strategy.
Well, and we're fortunate that we have a team that's recognizing that and keeping it a part of what you're doing, because it would be sad to lose that.
Oh, we don't want to lose it. In
Thank
fact, we
you.
want to make it even better.
Yes, that's awesome. Okay, so originaldentondistrict.com.
Yes.
Go there. You can write comments, review the application, and really it sounds like be a part of this process as a community. So we're excited about that. And then we can learn more about incentives and different initiatives coming up by going to the EDP website or City of Denton website.
Yes.
So lots of resources, y'all.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What else? Are we
good.
moving on to the next thing?
I don't know. There's so much more. I
know.
could talk for y'all.
I know.
Like,
we'll just have to
for
have you.
hours.
We'll have you back on
Come
again
back.
in a couple months so that we can be like, okay, what's happening now? Anything else? Any Trader Joe's here
is-
yet?
It is a very dynamic area to work in. It
Oh, yes.
changes daily, if not multiple times a day.
Yes.
So it's really fun. It keeps me on my toes, keeps me busy.
Well, we appreciate all you do, and we thank you for coming on and telling us a little bit about it.
Yes,
But
thank
don't go
you.
anywhere.
Okay.
We're gonna do some announcements.
So just some upcoming events that you want to know about in the next couple of weeks. Starting on Thursday, June 6th at noon, Frio's Gourmet Pops is open on University, and their little kiosk. You can do a drive-through, all kinds of fun stuff. But they'll be having
They're
their ribbon
open
cutting.
now, though. But
Yeah.
so you can go now, but you could go through the ribbon cutting.
At that, they'll be
For
doing
$2.
$2 pops all day long.
$2 pops. Stock up for summer. Okay. Then we have this Friday, right? June 7th, yeah? At 11:30 at Spring Hill Suites is the Business Networking Luncheon. This is a luncheon that we do every year every month at the Chamber, 12 times a year, in fact, usually, every month at the Chamber. It's a little bit more of a traditional networking style, about 50 people. So if you have, are there still seats? few left?
Probably, yes.
So if you
Like a
have not
handful.
gotten your ticket, they sell out every single time. So go ahead. I'm planning to go. Who's our speaker? It's Jake. Oh yeah. Jake from
Jake
Denton
Laughlin.
Radio is going to be talking all the things.
Yeah, so he'll
So,
talk
yeah.
about Denton Radio, the Discover Denton Welcome Center, and all that good stuff. All right, so another ribbon cutting is for Advanced Plumbing Services on Monday, June 10th, starting at 4 o'clock. They're over on Shady Oaks, and they're just looking to introduce themselves to the community and meet folk from the community.
Meet the folks. And ribbon cuttings, y'all, are open to both chamber members and non-members. So you as a community member can come and welcome this new business. And we'd love to have you learn more about the chamber, too. So then on Friday, June 14th, which would be next Friday at 11:30, we have the June quarterly membership luncheon, and that's going to be at UNT Gateway Center. This is where we have a lot larger group, around like 150 to
Oh, it's like 200
200
plus.
plus. Okay. 200 plus coming out. So it's a larger chamber event, and there'll be a program, and
So,
we're doing
yeah,
the
it's
elected officials.
Elected officials will be coming
So,
back
yep.
from the session, give us an update.
And it is sponsored by
North Texas
North
Fair.
Texas Fair. All right. Shout out to North Texas Fair.
Um,
This is different than the one they usually do a mixer out at the fairgrounds.
They'll still do that, yeah.
Okay. It's like, don't let us lose that. This better not be replacing the mixer at the fairgrounds, because that's fun. But this will be fun, too.
Yes, that same Friday, starting at 4:30, New Haven Assisted Living is doing a groundbreaking. I believe they are, they call it a restoration ceremony. Those refreshments, a local food truck, but they're going to be refurbishing their building, I believe.
Awesome.
This is on Bell Avenue.
Okay, and then last but not least for events we're going to talk about, we have the elected officials reception Wednesday, June 19th at 5:30, and this will be at Best Western Premier Crown Chase Inn and Suites, and it's exactly what it is. We have all the elected officials that are going to be coming out. There'll be refreshments, mixing, mingling. A great opportunity to talk to the folks that are serving you and that you've elected into office. And it's still a large group, but it's kind of a little bit more smaller, one-on-one opportunities.
Yes.
So I've always enjoyed that one.
And, it's going to be probably hot in the afternoon, so feel free to, dress down a little bit if you want to. But, yeah, we invite all the elected officials, and it runs from city council and mayor all the way up to, well, not up to, but out to, like, county officials, the sheriff, the constable, district judges, justice of the peace, anybody that was elected to office. Tax assessor, all these people. So it's an opportunity for you to meet the folk that set policy in place for you, and you get a chance to rub elbows and
That's awesome.
chit chat.
It'll be good. Oh, and I didn't pull it off the community events, but we have an event at Friends of the Family this Saturday, and it's a Kinder Scott pop-up. So we're going to do like brunch and mimosas and a little shopping, and all of it supports victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. So I'd love to have
It's a good
any of you
cause.
guys come on out. If you use the code JULES, you can get a $15 ticket. So dcfof.org/Jules for Justice, or it's on the chamber community events. So we'd love to have you guys come out.
Awesome. Alrighty, so that tides us over. So
Okay.
our very last thing to do.
Yes, a prepared fun question.
So what do we decide on?
The summer reading.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So we had a whole conversation about, do you read and what have you got going on? So what is your recommendation for some summer reading? What have you read lately that's really good?
So I got to go on vacation. It's not a common thing in my life, but I got to go on vacation a few weeks ago, and I really used the time to read for fun. So
Love it.
I read 2 books during that time. I read Michelle Obama's autobiography, which was wonderful.
Nice.
And I also read a book called Educated by Tara Westover, which is about her transition from growing up in rural Idaho and not going to a traditional school to making her way to Cambridge. So
Oh, wow.
so it was
What a journey.
pretty exciting, pretty cool book, and really an interesting story. And I really enjoy autobiographies and nonfiction. So
Yeah.
I'll probably read some more of that. So I'll take recommendations if
Oh
anyone.
my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah.
yes. Put them in the
Okay.
comments if you
Let
have
us
them.
know if you have any, and we'll pass them on over to you.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing.
I'm reading a marketing book right now. It's about telling your brand story.
I was gonna say
And by reading, I'm listening to it on Audible.
Ooh, you have an audiobook. Nice.
any economic development book. That's probably my summer. What should be
That'll
my
be
summer.
your next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have
A lot
to.
of work-related reading.
Yeah, for sure. What are you? Are you
Yeah,
listening
I'm waiting
or
for
reading?
Game of Thrones book. to come out. Like I've decided not to watch the show so I don't ruin the plot line.
What? You've never watched? How?
No, I've watched up to the certain point, but anything past like where the books have covered, I'm not watching
What season did you make it to?
7.
How did I not know this about you?
I don't know. We haven't talked about it, I guess.
I mean, I don't know. I'm very thrown off by this fact. Like, do you watch Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Okay.
Way too much, so.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that's good. I thought you were saying that you were going to read the books now that it's over because you want it to keep going.
He's not done writing the books. That's what I mean, is that I'm still waiting for his next 2 to come
But
out.
the show.
Yeah, I haven't watched season 8.
I'm going to tell you.
Is it season 8? Who cares? But whatever the current season is.
Okay. Well, on that note,
All right.
we'll have to talk more about this offline.
Yeah. Thank you, Jessica, for coming in. It's really a treat to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
And thank you also to Jake here at DentonRadio.com for supporting the production of the Chamber Coffee Grind. For more information about the Chamber of Commerce, you can reach out to us at denton-chamber.org. You can follow and friend us on social media. And remember to tune in
Next week.
Next
week we'll
10-ish.
have Sarah. 10-ish. It depends on who gets here first. We'll have Sarah Schroeder on, and we're going to be talking about goals, the good,
Goals and
smart
goal setting.
kind of goals.
Are you gonna have? Is she gonna make you do burpees?
I don't know.
We asked her about that. She was like, "We'll make you do burpees." It's
Okay,
fine."
yeah, it's like that's one of when she comes in, she has to sign and say she's not going to make us do burpees.
Yeah, there's a special addendum to her signature. Yeah.
We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. We want to thank our partners and sponsors who made this show possible. And now stick around for a word from all of us here at Discover Denton.